I burned down everything I wasn't. And now, I'm building a stronger, more alive version of myself. Everything I was meant to become is what I'll build bit by bit.
Hello, this is Casey from the Ashes. Happy New Year. We are a week into January, and I have been sick since the beginning of December. I think, I don't know the last time I checked in again, but I went away for a staff meeting, like a staff retreat, or I don't know exactly what it is, but 2 days in Niagara Falls. But this year, those 2 days were spent after I did my part in the meeting. Those 2 days were spent in the hotel. And by then I had already paid for my hotel room. So for an extra night, so that the third night, well, I was sick either way. It was too late to get my money back, which was unfortunate. Because really, my niece and I went and we spent and she was sick too. We spent all those days sick in bed. Christmas was not much better. I pulled together enough to get my niece and nephew that live with me, like their Christmas stuff and presents and all of that. And then, so I went out Christmas Day and we got Chinese food and ate at home. And then from Christmas Day, Boxing Day, Christmas Day and Boxing Day, up until New Year's Eve, I stayed home and in bed. And then again, I got out New Year's Eve and took the kids out for treats, got them drinks, and I think they ate at Subway. I had wanted to go to a fry stand. I don't know if fry stands are big all over the world, but here in Canada, they're pretty popular. So what I wanted was a burger, a real burger, not a McDonald's burger. By the time I got there, I realized they were closed for New Year's Eve already. So I ended up just going through a drive-through Wendy's, I think it was. And then I was in bed again until I went back to work on January 5th. I did some stuff around the house, but not much. So I guess I know before I stopped posting and stopped recording myself that I was on the verge of sickness then. And I'm still kind of feeling it now with sore throat, hoping it goes away. I had to miss work. I went back on the 5th and I already had to miss work because the headaches and the sore throat just were too much. So there's not much else to report. I'm tired of hiding this neck. I mean, this is my neck, a 52-year-old neck. But it will get better if I gua sha, if you're familiar with that tool. It does get better if you use it regularly. Anyway, I set some goals for myself with my accountability partner, and that was to get back into posting, start going to the gym, which I'll start next week, only because I've been sick this week, and set some goals for myself. This year, for the first time in I don't know how long, I didn't set any weight-related goals. I know I have to take better care of myself. I know I have to be like drinking more water, eating better, but I'm not concentrating on that. It will come when everything else falls in place. I think right now I need to concentrate on getting my finances back in order. Bringing on a new car payment and increased insurance has been kind of very stressing to me personally and to my budget, my already stretched budget. So in order to combat that, I've decided to take up a second side hustle besides the restaurant, and I do Instacart delivery when I can. And when I say that, besides being sick some days, also the weather has been terrible, and I've never driven a front-wheel drive car before, or a tiny car. I've always had like SUVs. My last one was a Ford Escape, which I loved, and it was really good in the snow. But this car, she does not like the snow. So I've had to cancel plans to do Instacart a few times because of the snow. I'll just share with you my financial goals, I guess they are. I want to, because everything got decimated this December. I mean, I had an emergency fund of $1,000. I had savings for the car. I had everything was going well until this new car and my old car broke down. Now everything is just depleted. The washing machine broke down in December, but luckily I had an emergency fund, and I was able to buy that outright. And so my two mainish goals are to replenish $1,000 into my emergency fund. I'm going to create an emergency appliance fund, because every year around Christmas time, it seems something breaks down. One year it was the dryer, the washing machine. Before this, the oven. I don't know what my sister had done to the oven, but it had caught fire, and in order to have a Christmas dinner, we needed a proper oven working. So that probably comes in before I used credit cards. And now that I am trying to pay off my credit cards, I need a actual cash fund so that I don't dip into credit again and just use cash. So my goal is to have $800 for whatever appliance should happen, and I'm knocking on wood that it doesn't happen this year. I want to pay off a $3,000 Visa credit card, and I need winter tires for next year. I'm riding on all seasons, and that Ontario, it should not be what I'm riding on, especially since I'm in a front-wheel drive car. I actually need all seasons too, but I'll worry about that after the winter. I mean, they'll get us through this year. Everything is stacked. I mean, I'm not the first person that's had budget issues, so instead of trying to decrease bills that I can't decrease, I have to increase my income. So the restaurant is great. This month I have an extra 2 Saturdays because one of my coworkers has quit. So until they replace him, I have his shifts. And then Instacart, which I don't know if anyone else who's watching is also an Instacart driver, but out here in the boonies, orders are weird. Like, they're rare, and they go for Monday. I go in and have lunch with my accountability partner. So I'm hoping 2 out of 3 isn't so bad. So I want to have this video done and up and posted. I need to get back to life. Planning, having a goal other than finances. It seems money has been consuming my time, and I need to fix that. I'm not stressing. Like, I can't explain. I can make the money. That's not my worry. Or is it? I don't really know. Maybe because It's all I've known is money stress since I was married years ago, and we struggled to pay the bills, and then I got comfortable and then uncomfortable. And now I've lived so long in the how am I going to pay these bills stage that I'm kind of lost in this. I can pay the bills. I've got a good job. I got a second job. I got a third job. Making money is not the problem. I'm going to have to talk about that with somebody. I haven't been to therapy in over a year either. I decided on my word of the year for 2026 is consistency. So I plan on being here consistently. I just need to get a plan, and then I will be. But for now, that's just a check-in.